Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Comic Book. I'm Ed, and today we're going to do a recap on Monica Rambeau from the Disney Plus series WandaVision. Now, the Monica Rambeau from the comic books has a much different origin story and is more comic booky than her origin in the show. And just like many of the old comic book origin stories, it happened through a freak, crazy, non-scientific accident. Simply put, she hit a machine with her fist, the machine exploded, and she got superpowers. If only it was that easy, right? But today we're going to talk about in detail how it happened on the show, the science behind why it happened, and why I believe her codename is going to be Spectrum as opposed to Photon. I mean, if they want to be accurate, it should be Spectrum. But if they want to be emotional and have that connection with her mom's codename Photon, then it will be Photon. Our first clue comes from the Darcy character when she noticed that the cosmic microwave background radiation noise, or CMBR, was coming from the barrier that Wanda created. She says, and I quote, "There are longer wavelengths superimposed over the noise. The CMBR is a black body spectrum that absorbs all wavelengths and frequencies. And this is the heart of how Monica's powers actually work. She can physically absorb and transform into any wavelength, from harmless radio waves to extremely dangerous gamma waves or gamma rays. And that means that theoretically she can defeat the Hulk by removing the gamma radiation from his body. She can absorb the lightning strikes from Thor, energy blasts from Ironman, and bypass the vibranium protection of Captain America and the Black Panther, because the vibranium only protects against kinetic energy, not pure photonic energy. This makes her just as powerful or even more powerful than Captain Marvel." Now let's talk about when she actually received her powers. A lot of people on YouTube believe it happened because she passed through Wanda's barrier 3 times and was partially changed each time. But the barrier was only designed to change things such as clothing styles and materials to match the era that Wanda was broadcasting, not human flesh or DNA, because human flesh existed in all of those eras. I believe that Wanda's magic allowed Monica to easily pass through the barrier by briefly changing her body into the same black body spectrum as the CMBR that we talked about earlier, and allowed her to absorb the longer wavelengths that were superimposed on top of the radiation, as Darcy pointed out. So what we saw when Monica passed through the barrier the 3rd time was her matching the wavelength of the barrier to be able to pass through. And when she emerged with her powers fully activated, she could actually see the electromagnetic waves in the air and surrounding the power lines. So I'd like to know what you guys think about this theory and whether you have anything to add to it or anything to take away from it. Let me know down in the comments. And please like and subscribe and share this with somebody who you think might enjoy my content. And just in case you want to check out some of this for yourself, I get some of my information on comic book characters from my DK encyclopedias. There's one for Marvel and one for DC. There should always be an updated version at your local comic book store. Try to support your local comic book stores because they have always been a great resource for all the content we love. Thanks for watching, and remember to please subscribe to the channel, like my videos, comment often, and click the bell for notifications so that you won't miss anything. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.